What's going on? Saints fans, can you believe it? 3 and zip to start the bloody year. This is absolutely ridiculous. We are riding on such a high at the moment, celebrating the 150th year of our beautiful football club on the win, and in what better fashion than to beat the Essendon Football Club, who are traditionally a bogey team for us. We come out, smack them up in the first quarter, and then that's game done. So, well done, boys. Well done, Saints fans. That's it.
Turned out. What a night.
Finally win a marquee game and
night.
could not do it in better fashion.
Yeah.
How are we feeling, boys? Jake?
Feeling excellent.
Feeling excellent.
Feeling excellent. Had a good kick with you.
Yep.
Bit of pizza there, so it's all coming up.
Saw the sunrise.
Saints footy. Yeah, saw a good sunrise this morning as well.
We'll get stuck into that. We need to.
Are you going to go straight into that?
Oh, no,
Jump
we
into the
will.
deep
We
end?
will get stuck into it. But before we do,
and this guy,
head to toe in Saints gear and
This-
some interesting
I'm not sure about
looking slides.
It's as pale as his actual foot. It's like
Yeah.
blending in.
Yeah, it's skin coloured. It's
It is.
tan. It's beige. The Archie's slip-on slides. You can only get these pre-order. Don't sell them in the specialty stores.
Oh, there
just
you go.
yet,
Now tell
so-
us about something else that you've pre-ordered. Firstly, Marshy, welcome.
Oh, yep. Lads and listeners.
Love it.
Oh, I love Saints footy.
Love Saints 40. Speaking pre-orders, what do we got on?
Mate, I'm decked out. I'm
You're
decked out over here. Got the scarf. Thanks to Brycey down at the club. What a man. The 150 scarf. That is
so good,
some
isn't it?
real quilt work here.
Merino will, mate.
Merino. You
top
guys
notch.
were giving it the James Merlino last week. I did pick up.
I didn't mention it.
Is that what your brother said?
Yeah, Dino, come on. Merino wool. This is scrumptious, but yeah, really nice. And I've got the top, got the collar popped.
Yes.
Good as the collar.
Collars need to stay.
Yeah, they
Stay.
On all tops.
Yeah,
I
rest of
want
the
them.
year.
I want them. And this little patch here, sensational. Can that stay?
Sensational.
Why can't that stay? Why
Yeah.
can't that be a
At
thing?
the very least.
At the minimum, yeah.
Yeah.
And the only qualm I would have is that, and of course I've got the Red Rooster bucket hat. I'm so pumped. But one qualm would be to the people who pump out merch, jerseys in particular, can we please start looking at some more of the relaxed fits? Because not all of us is a Mason Wood.
Yeah.
Chiseled.
And, I know I've had a very sluggish pre-season, but one would expect a little bit more give in an XL. So if you are going to be buying your top Saints and you haven't bought one this year of the New Balance variety, go a size up than what you regularly would get. So only beef I've got with it, but that just puts more... I just need to stick to the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nose to the grindstone, just like our boys.
It's like our boys. Now, we're making history on the weekend here, fellas.
Yeah.
69,500 to the game.
Good turnout.
Highest home and away attendance that we've had at the G.
And that was with I think there was some train lines down or something.
Oh, the trains
so
were cooked.
There were some people that were going to come but couldn't, so we definitely would have gotten even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
good
And
turnout
I
anyway.
knew a couple of people that got stuck in traffic and wouldn't have gotten there till half time, so they turned around and watched it at home. So we definitely would have hit over that 70k mark, which is disappointing. Transport Victoria. I do know someone at the complaint centre for that, so I will be dropping in a complaint. Nonetheless, 70,000 of us showed up, and 22 players pulling on the Saints Guernsey absolutely showed up on the night.
They
Everyone
did.
did their part, and we had a miraculous win. So we're setting records on the attendance scale, but not only that, Jake. We just found out there was another record that flew under our radar.
Yep, there
Rather
was.
ran under our radar.
Yeah. The old Ronald Burns,
Yes.
Ronnie Burns, 17.8 kilometres, equal third all time
Yeah.
since it's been tracked on the Telstra tracker.
Yeah.
With Tom Scully, who owns the top 6 spots on that list. Because Tom Scully, we all know,
Yeah.
endurance freak.
Yeah.
For Ryan Burns to be clocking that in, getting the 23 disposals, he was everywhere. I've had people that don't know him and watch the game come to me and go, who's this Ryan Burns? He was solid on the weekend. He was everywhere.
It really was.
Yeah.
And he does it all. He's a hard nut, but he can go on the outside and he runs on it. And his kicking is getting better and better.
And we saw in the first 10 seconds he can take an overhead
And he can
mark.
take an overhead mark. Surprisingly, I didn't think it was him.
Yeah. So I think that this year is encapsulated in what we've just been talking about, finding out things about players that have been sheltered
Yep.
for quite a while. none more than the BOG.
The
Mason
mahogany.
Wood.
The mahogany.
The mahogany.
Wood.
Wow.
Mason Wood. What a package.
Gone, woo. Sorry.
They're talking about Jake Stringer being the package. Where was he?
Oh, here's the parcel, mate.
He is the parcel. He is the deliverer. He's delivering the package. Seriously.
But Mason Wood.
So, isn't it good to see a player like him blossom this way after so much shit he's copped over his career?
Especially against his former coach as well.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
So,
Forgot about that one.
yeah, no, he was unbelievable. He had 27 disposals, 21 of them kicks, 11 marks, 9 intercept possessions, 3 tackles, and 10 contested possessions. And a goal.
And a goal.
First goal of the game.
And he's done that. He's got 20 plus with a goal every week this year, and no other player in the comp's done that.
Ridiculous. He's in all-Australian wingman form.
Yeah.
100%. And like, imagine if he had been on the ground for the extra 13 minutes or whatever it was that he went off. Like he's getting a Robert Harvey minimum, 35 touches.
Yeah.
And he was sniffing for a goal. He was getting likely.
Yeah, well, what he did was something so unselfish. He kicked that first goal. He's gone, okay, well, I've kicked my goal for the game. Like, that's all you can expect from your wingers. And he was scrapping up down back.
Yeah.
Like, he was taking big, like, 9 intercept possessions.
Yeah, that's huge. And a lot of them...
defensive wing
There was a lot
play.
in the last quarter. where he
Yes,
did
and
that.
then he's hitting targets inside forward 50. That one that he hit,
Gresh. That was a great kick.
Just
unbelievable.
nose height,
Yeah.
bullets.
And then the physicality to bomb it in when Windy won the free kick, and then Windy's kicked that
Yeah.
goal.
Goal, yeah. Set
Like
up
he
off
knows
his
when
boot.
to go
Set
to
up off of his
mongrel.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Because I saw in the... Could have been the second quarter he actually hurt his shoulder then. So it was when he tackled Redman and gave away a free kick for holding on for too long, and he did himself in with it. So he actually injured his shoulder and was going, crap, like, geez, that hurts. And then the impact of that one where he bumped, blind turn, kicked inside
That
forward
was
50,
so
just like
good.
like a Brownlow
It was
medalist.
Lenny Hayes like that.
It's
It's
so
just so physical. And that's been one part of his game that probably hasn't been there over the journey.
Definitely.
He's been a good outside player, likes
Yeah.
to kick a goal. He's always been a good mark.
Yeah.
But being able to lay those tackles and bump the blokes and
Yeah.
just see ball, get ball,
Yeah.
you can tell that Ross has really instilled that in a lot of these outside players. Even Brad Hill again.
Yeah.
I thought he was very physical. There were a few
He was
moments
massive.
there it didn't go his way.
Yeah.
Even one where I think was it Windy that handballed to him on the
Yeah.
run and didn't shepherd for him and he got pinned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not his fault.
Yeah.
We probably don't need to handball it there, but he kept trying and got his goal at the end and sealed the game.
He did. That last quarter from Hill was really representative of the struggle that he's been through at St Kilda, but the outcomes that he's now coming home with.
And I wonder if it's because the club, like through the fans as well, we're so
Yeah.
supportive of the boys.
Yeah.
Whereas, we can all admit in the last couple of years, we haven't treated Hill
Shocking.
great
Oh,
when
shocking.
he's been down. But
Yeah.
he'd make a mistake and we're not overreacting. I feel like that's the case with every mistake we've made this year.
Yeah.
We're not throwing the baby with the bathwater and
Yeah.
being like, oh, here we go, we're back to shit.
Yeah.
Even when Essendon equalised, we're like,
Yeah.
all right, what do the boys have now?
Yeah,
And then they deliver.
We stopped wanting the ball, and then all of a sudden we were just like, nah, switch on.
Yeah, and we
and
got
we
it back.
started winning hard ball again.
Yeah.
So,
it just like-
and Brad Hill was one of those blokes that initiated that.
Oh, 100%. And just the 3 blokes we've spoken about, all 3 of them, the run. They're just
absolutely.
running all night. It's unbelievable.
We are the fittest team in the comp.
We looked ridiculously fit in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
When we got
yeah.
5 goals up, I checked, there was like 7 minutes to go. I was like, if we keep this up, this game could genuinely blow out. It looked like we were running on top of the deck. Mm-hmm. They kicked 2 junk times. That's the final
We're
margin.
down
but it
on
looked,
rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But
we were playing 7 periods in 35 degrees, so 4
Yeah.
quarters and
nothing.
a mild night in Melbourne. That's
And
easy
it's-
peasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to see our defensive structure for the most part hold its own on a bigger ground. This is the first time at the G against a team that likes to run and spread.
Yeah.
And they knew that's the way they could get us.
Yeah.
To hold up and keep them to 11 goals, 11 goals, 8, excellent. That's a pass mark.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. But how hot was the first 5 minutes?
That was ridiculous. Yeah.
Bonkers.
Yeah.
It was sort of like the doggies game where we just came out and just smacked them from the get-go. But it just started sort of like spitting as well. So the conditions weren't primed for
They're a bit
That-
crazy.
Yeah, but
That
we did,
kind of footy, but
Yeah.
we did it.
yeah, we played dry, fast footy
Yeah.
in a bit of rain. It was nuts.
Yeah, no, we were fantastic. And just on the defence as well, least points conceded this year by quite a fair margin to us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like 30
which is
points, I think.
Yeah.
167 we've conceded, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just ridiculous. So,
And one other player
Yeah.
we haven't mentioned just yet. We'll go through a few.
I
but
was going to say, we'll definitely
this
go
guy
through a few.
really did stand up when we needed him to in the last quarter.
Yeah.
And I was a bit skeptical when we got him. But Liam Stocker...
Oh, he's my boy.
Yes.
He's my boy.
man.
He's
man.
my boy.
Yeah.
Hey, he was brilliant. Some of his moments in the last quarter
Yeah.
were just electric.
Also going through leg cramp, like his
Yeah.
hammies were cramping bad in that last quarter. He is a find and a half.
He's absolutely clutch.
Yes,
Like,
he is. Yes.
The amount of like attacking options from deep in it, he saves the day in the back line,
Yeah.
and then immediately gets on his bike and just sends it in a positive way for us.
Yeah.
He, there's quite a few opportunities there where we didn't quite take, but if we had he would have went up like nearly like 4 goal assists.
Our worst kick in the defensive 50 is Dougal Howard, and he's still a pretty good kick.
And even that,
Yeah.
it was one of his better kicking performances on the weekend.
Yeah. He had one blue where he missed the ball with his
Yeah.
hand
Yeah.
when he was trying to handball. But,
It was great.
yeah, did Wiedemann kick a goal?
I
Don't think so.
wouldn't have known
Nah.
if he did.
I think, let me just have a look. It was Perkins, Caldwell, Shield, Martin, Stringer, Langford, Parrish, Menzies.
That's
Their
it.
key forwards didn't kick a goal.
Yeah.
Wiedemann was unsighted. Harrison Jones, unsighted. Got a
Yeah.
cheap free kick in the ruck and
And-
kicked a point, and that was it.
Yeah. And Caldwell's goals, let's be fair. He tries that again, they're not going in.
Yeah, he did pull them out of his
He did.
bottom.
I'm gonna bring it up here, boys.
What are
I
you
brought
gonna
it up
bring
in the inbox today.
Yeah.
Just about those goals. So last week we had a Jakey's junk mail,
Yes.
and we had a lady send in a message saying 666 has been following me around everywhere.
yeah.
I'm seeing these numbers absolutely everywhere. Going into the last quarter, Essendon's score was 6 goals 6, 42. 6, 6, 4 plus 2.
He's 6.
6. 6, 6, 6. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I like that. Caldwell comes
Called
out.
the game there. It's like it's
Yeah,
done.
that's it.
He's left.
Yeah. Don't know if I like that. Seeing these numbers everywhere. Caldwell comes out, kicks 2 goals out of his ass,
Yeah.
and draws us level. Then we exercised our demons.
Mm-hmm.
We went absolutely nuts for 10 minutes and just buried all of our demons and went, nah, not here, not now, not Saints footy.
May the power of Mason compel you.
Correct. The Holy Wood.
The Hollywood. I love that.
That's great.
So, to whoever, I can't remember the lady that sent it in, but it has been. It's been following us around everywhere.
Cleansed.
And we mentioned it.
We're cleansed.
Our final score, 14 goals 8. 14 minus 8
6.
equals 6.
Just the one.
Just the 1-6. But
Just
yeah,
the
it's still
1
good.
6.
Just back to Dukes. This is a funny thing that I've kind of noticed this season. How many times do you see him like sniffing around when the ball's gone out and it's to be brought back in? He's always sniffing around like to have a kick in and
They're
like
like, nah.
sinks or nahs. They're like, nah, sorry, Dukes. Even Stocker's like, oh mate.
Yeah.
And Dukes is all right.
It's good.
That's good form, Dukes.
Every time he's always lurking
He'll
around.
get one. What do you reckon? He'll get one this week.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we have to give him a massive. We have to just get behind it whenever
Yeah.
big Dukes out of the back line.
Yeah, it'd be even better
Build
if he
up.
turns it over and he can turn it into a boo.
Yeah.
yeah. Love
But
Dukes.
our defence has been playing phenomenal footy. Callum Wilkie, first game as captain. What a huge stage.
How many intercept marks did he have in that first term?
Oh, I can't remember.
5?
5 something.
It's ridiculous.
He is awesome.
Yeah.
He has got to be All-Australian this year,
Yeah, if he keeps this up,
Yeah.
absolutely.
based on his form.
Yep.
Just ridiculous. So,
Doesn't make a mistake.
no.
Does not make a mistake.
Doesn't lose a one-on-one. Barely gives away a free kick. He's just nuts. Just nuts. So, speaking of defenders, Jimmy Webster looks like he'll be out for a while with a fractured cheekbone.
Yeah.
That was the Dukes moment as well.
The headbutt.
The headbutt, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
They're unlucky, aren't
They're very
Because
unlucky.
Jimmy, he was playing a really good
He
game.
was playing a ripper. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But yeah, so that's unfortunately he'll be out for a while. So all the best, Jimmy. And then the rest of our defenders as well. Sinclair again.
Excellent. Naz,
phenomenal.
solid.
Naz,
again.
amazing. Great kicking.
Josh Battle again.
Oh, Battle is having a
Battle.
career best season.
He's almost having like a Wilkie season from maybe 2 years ago when no one
Yeah.
was really talking him up just yet.
Yeah.
If he does this year and then continues it,
Yeah.
you're like, gun.
Do you reckon it's Enright's influence?
You'd
Because
have
he's
to
a
say.
very
Oh, yeah.
similar type to Enright. I
Yeah.
think he's just...
And
Well, if that's your
Enright-
backline coach, then
Yeah.
you'd like to think they'd have a bit of an impression on him for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, and he was one of the better backmen.
And he could
yeah,
use
past
the
50
ball by
years.
foot very well.
Very
he was one
well.
of the better kicks in that Geelong back line
Yeah.
when he played.
And it's great to see Battle doing the same on left and right.
Yeah.
He's got the skills. So, moving up to the midfield.
Again, Grunt.
It was grunt. It was, and we really had to work because Essendon have a great midfield.
They do.
They got a really good midfield.
They got it covered.
But that first quarter, we were right on top. Then we fell apart for a little while. Had it on their terms for a long time. We got sucked into their slow game. Then came back in the last quarter and just finished it off. Did the job. So
Can we talk about Crouch?
I was going to say the first bloke I was going to speak about was Bradley
Let's
Crouch.
talk about Crouch, baby.
Just continuing to do what he does.
Running down the Crouch.
Ah, Crouch. Yeah. He's the man.
He is the man.
He's going to love the fact that Steele's not around, I reckon. He's going to thrive.
Yeah.
Just that responsibility.
But he's been doing it while Steele's been there anyway.
Yeah.
But
He's just
even
been so
more-
under the radar.
Yeah.
Like, he's just been doing it week after week. So
Clark as well.
Clark's
Really stood
brilliant.
up.
He's
Yeah.
had some really special moments because
Absolutely.
Crouch he just does the hard shit that you
Yeah.
know what he's there to do. But
Yeah.
Clark he just spins out of traffic. He's the most awkward
Sexy.
looking player in terms of how he gets to contests.
Yeah.
And that's part of the charm. Like
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
It's sort of like the snake charmers.
Makes
they don't
him
know
hard to tackle, doesn't it?
exactly. I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at. I know it's the hips, but everything's moving. And by the time they
Where are
make
the
their
hips on
mind
a
up, he's
snake?
gone. Yeah,
Where are the hips on a snake, Marshy?
exactly right. Yeah.
But he's been fantastic. And Crouch, and he's been commended for it on, like, Dad was listening to SEN radio as well. And one of the presenters there he's not a big fan of him because he thinks he played a lot of selfish ball at Adelaide. And when he came to St Kilda, he was just stat padding and wants to get ball, but not really send out ball.
Yeah, now he's sending
and
that
not
out.
hit targets or anything like that. But he's sharing the ball so well. And he's just making sure every touch that he gets is a positive one. So,
Yeah.
Brad Crouch, you're playing out of your skin, mate. Keep going. We love it. We love it here at St Kilda.
Yeah,
That selfless football that's Harvey stuff.
Yeah.
What he's doing is that sharing and that bringing other players into it, and because I've got to tell you, if Crouch wasn't in there doing the hard work, Gresham would be having. I think he's having a rough time. He'd be having even more of a rough time if Crouch wasn't in there feeding him ball. So.
Yeah. Sebastian.
9 tackles, game high.
That
He's the
last
man. He's
quarter
back.
again. Yeah.
He's back.
He's got like the Sonic run where he's just like balls up and he's like
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
you
really
know?
on that standing start type
Yeah,
run,
yeah,
isn't he?
yeah.
Yeah. So
He's deceptively quick.
old Usain Ross, like just going nuts.
And,
I'm loving that player.
And our tall man in the middle that becomes a midfielder when he's not a ruckman. Oh, fucking Rowe, the prospect.
the
Yeah.
prospect.
Bloody
He's
hell.
not a prospect.
He's not a prospect anymore. What is he now?
Gold.
He's gold.
He is
He's
gold,
Gold rush.
yeah.
Gold.
Yeah.
Marsh.
Because prospecting, that's prospect. Is that like where you go trying to find the gold?
Yeah.
Prospecting.
You're a prospector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Toy
we
Story
found him.
2.
He's gold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was the prospect. He was what we were looking for.
Took some big clunks
Yeah.
early.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
how
took
good's his
that big
overhead marking
one,
now?
And then he had that vision to then go across the 50 to Cordy, and then he
Yeah.
bombs it to Mitch Owens and goal.
yeah,
The awareness to then cut inside.
his
after
field
that
kicking is
mark.
elite
Yeah,
It really is.
for a big man.
he's
Like,
another midfielder.
he is another
is.
midfielder. He is. Yeah,
He's another one who doesn't stuff up.
No.
Yeah. Oh, very rarely.
Very rarely. Like he's so dependable.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. We can rely on him. So yeah, killed it. I think 29 hit outs or something.
19 touches.
Yeah. He made Draper look silly.
And you look at the competition he's been against in the first 3 weeks in terms of ruck opponents.
Yeah.
Darcy, English. Darcy Jackson, English.
And-
Draper. And now this week, Wits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another big week.
And then Collingwood, who they use.
Well,
Cameron.
this is
They've
the
got no
good
one
thing,
at
but
the
he's done. He's,
he?
he's out for 4 to 6 weeks with a knee injury.
So we might have an advantage there.
We might have an advantage there. Yeah.
But he's facing good opposition and he's beaten them.
Yeah.
That's good.
He's
for his
all Australian
confidence.
ruck at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
With Gorney out,
Yeah.
Grundy coming. I mean, Grundy's playing good football, but yeah, I think that Marshall just.
If he keeps it up,
Yeah.
he's...
He's a shout.
He was a lot of people's tip for like the new All Australian selection
Yeah.
at the start of the year. So, yeah.
No.
We've got a great hard-working midfield. Our wingers, we touched on Hill. We've touched on Wood. We've touched on Burnsy.
Buster Gart. Ronald
yeah, spot on. So we'll move on to the forwards.
The fun part.
All grunt. And then it's great. What I saw this week was a lot of attention go into the likes of Machito Owens, Mateus Filippo, and Anthony Caminiti because they've been doing so well out of the blocks.
Yeah.
And they were going to cop some attention. And Mateus Filippo didn't have the greatest game, but still tried his heart out. He was the third on ground for...
Yeah, he still ran. Him and Winhager ran 16.3 Ks.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's good.
So,
He still had the 14 too, which I was surprised
Yes.
when I saw him. Like, shit, he's been quiet, but he still had
Yeah.
14. He still found the ball.
yeah, he
Yeah.
did a lot of deck
It's a really
ball.
good step for him.
Yeah. He was doing a lot of hand passing,
Yeah.
setting up play. So
And he had
he's-
a lot of nearly moments where the ball's coming in. It sort of just didn't quite reach him, but
Yeah.
he'd put
He was
himself in a
flying
good
for it.
position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, could have easily wound up with 2 goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's always, he probably hasn't played on a ground the size of the MCG before, so congrats to him.
Just on the MCG quickly before we go back to the forwards, how much does it behoove us St Kilda supporters? I want us to get a game there every year as a home game.
Yes.
We've proven
It's
that
a
we
good
can get a
call.
crowd.
Yeah.
As long as it's against a bigger Victorian club, because
Yeah.
let's be honest, Essendon certainly would have helped with
Yeah.
the numbers on
Oh,
the weekend.
definitely, yeah.
But yeah, let's get it done. It is
Yeah.
so much fun going to the G.
Yeah,
It
it's
is, yeah.
brilliant.
As good as comfortable as Marvel is, the G, like you said it before we came on, Jakey, it felt like finals footy.
It does, doesn't
It does, yeah.
It feels like
And
finals footy.
I can't remember the last time I went to a game at the G. Like,
us,
honestly,
yeah.
for Saints, yeah. Last year I didn't get a
I think it was
chance.
D's where we got smacked.
There was
of years ago.
and
Was that-
Collingwood
was
in
that last year?
2020.
I missed that one. That was the Mother's Day one, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the
I think we
Ds.
copped a bit of a whooping.
Yeah, I think
I
we did.
missed
I think
that
you're
one.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the forward line. Machito Owens is just flying for everything. And we saw in that last quarter, a couple of them stuck. And he's just starting to pick it up now. Like, I haven't seen someone fly for a ball this hard at every contest. Oh, God, I don't know.
Since Caminiti.
Since Caminiti. yeah, exactly. Yeah, but...
Cozzy.
Yeah.
It's very Cozzy-like, isn't it? Yeah, but he's getting his hands to it every single time. He's running through packs. He's getting higher than everyone else. He's going to take
Yeah.
Mark of the Year soon.
There was a few times in the last quarter where we needed just an outlet on the wing. And I think the first time he manhandled his opponent, but the ball went out of bounds. And then
Yeah.
the second time, he was one-on-one again.
Yeah.
But he won the free kick for being held,
Yeah.
I
Yes.
believe, on the wing.
Yes, yeah.
Like, there's
He's
not
a
many
beast.
defenders that are going to match. Like, imagine when King and Membry come back and he's getting the third defender, fourth defender, whatever.
Yeah.
He's going to be towering over them.
Oh, yeah.
Big
He
time.
already is.
Yeah.
Like, it's so refreshing to have a young kid
Yeah.
that plays like he's a man. He's,
Yes. He's
ready
19.
ready for battle every single week.
Yep. Caminiti got his goal.
Caminiti the same. They both
Yeah.
got the first 2 goals of the game, I think, or at least in the first.
Yeah, it was
the first
Wood,
and the third or
Caminiti,
something.
and then
Owens.
Owens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they got their goals early, so
Yeah.
that you tick that box, and then after that, it's just hustle for 3 quarters.
Yeah, it was. That's right. And that's what he
That's what
does.
they
He
did.
does hustle in that forward line. He gets to everything. And what I was really impressed with, and he didn't finish it off, he missed the snap goal. He dropped the mark, went to
The
ground,
follow-up.
bounced up,
Yeah.
tackled, holding the ball. Mm-hmm. And Caminiti's doing it too.
Yeah.
Our second efforts are flawless.
How good is
Yeah.
Caminiti at getting the ball? Like he's basically sitting on the ground, and then he'll just pounce
And he
up,
grabs
and
up-
he does a little
he's got like-
which
he's got-
way am I going? Which
he's
way
got
am I
like a
going? And then gets it out.
Genuine Kuda-Fedes vibe about him.
Yeah.
Picks
Kuda.
it up with the one hand and just pushes blokes off.
Yeah.
Like, I think there was one where Higo marked it in
Yes.
the last quarter.
Mm-hmm.
He just swung around. He's like running around the pack, kicks it. It was a floater, but Higo gets the goal out of it.
He surprises himself with the situations he gets himself out of.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, how did I get here?
Yeah, he
and he
couldn't
gets
believe it.
nervous. And he can't believe it.
His kick to Higgins, the commentators are saying that it was a missed kick. I reckon that was deliberate because I reckon, you sort of
pretty quickly.
You pull it late.
Yeah.
You know.
It might have been deliberate. It was a floater, though.
Yeah.
It didn't come off right, but
but like,
he might have meant it, yeah.
Yeah. So it went to... I reckon it was deliberate.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
But getting up at the bottom of a pack like that, that's Patrick Dangerfield, Nat Fyfe, Dustin Martin shit. Like, not many other players do that. I think we've got I reckon Clark does it.
Yeah.
He's brilliant at it. And then maybe Caminiti. They're just, it's a rare skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, because not even Steele can do it because they're all hanging off him.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really get that chance to maneuver. So that's interesting.
Yeah. It's like trying to catch a fish with your bare hands. Just too slippery.
Our,
That's it.
Salmon Caminiti. Salmon out of a cam.
our smalls,
Salmoniti.
boys. Enough of the salmon.
Salmoniti.
Our smalls.
Huge.
Massive.
I think we mentioned it with Dino last week, didn't we? That this could be the week where we need them to stand up.
And boy, did they.
And did they? 8 goals.
Yeah.
Straight. Wasn't it?
Straight, yeah.
8 goals straight.
Yeah. And that's what I was really happy with game-wise, just before we touch on Higgins Butler. Our set shot kicking. I saw them... I got to the ground really early because I wanted to watch all the pre-game. I saw Higgins lining up before the game, exact same spot from where he was kicking him, and doing snaps and hitting him every single time. So we just took it out onto the field. And that was really nice to see. But what was also really nice to see is we took 10 marks inside our forward 50. I think they only took 4. So it just shows, like, we were kicking goals from play.
Yeah.
We weren't kicking goals out of our ass, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine. I'm trying to think of any goal that we kicked where I was like, I can't believe that went in.
Nah.
None. They were all
It wasn't a miracle.
deliberate,
It was hard work.
planned, executed.
Correct. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, spot on. But
Maybe
yeah.
the Butler one at the end. I actually couldn't believe he snapped that so well
Oh, I could.
to finish the game off. It was
As soon as I see
amazing.
Butler in 5 metres of space,
Goal.
goal. That was what he did in 2020 every game.
Yeah.
So just to see that form come back and that confidence come back, where he was bursting away from the pack, he slips the merit tackle, gets onto his right boot.
The crowd, the build-up before he even kicked it.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yes.
knew what was
We
coming.
were out of our seats, like, just kick it now. Like,
Yeah.
seal the game. And
He's-
yeah.
And then he was back in the pantry as well. Like that Higgins
wanted
one
more,
where
didn't he?
Higgins
Top shelf.
did his best to muff it up, but got the handball out, got it to Butler.
They helped each other out a
Yeah.
few times.
Matt,
Yeah.
I think that they needed to reconnect on the G.
Yeah, true.
I think that's what they needed. They needed to be back at the home of football where they learned their craft at Richmond. They went, we've got the space here to put on a show. Let's do it. And they went.
It was a truly magical night.
It
It
was
was
truly
like-
magical.
Polar opposites to what I saw from Higo last week, where
Mm-hmm.
shit didn't go his way. He looked disinterested. He looked like he didn't know what the game plan was under Ross. He's still catching up to it.
Yeah.
It's insane, like, how different he looked on the weekend.
He was fired up.
Yeah.
He was really fired up.
But
So that
some
was-
of the marks he was taking as well.
Yeah.
Like, he's playing out of the goal square.
Yeah.
Gets the leg up.
Yeah.
You know, I love the popping of the collar. That was
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Bit of
Did you
swagger.
see the Saints just released a video of him before the game saying, "Oh, I reckon if I kick a goal, I'm gonna pop the collar. That's what I'll do when I kick a goal."
Did it every
Nonetheless,
time.
4 times.
4 times he did it.
Yeah.
Four straight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it was just gorgeous. Gorgeous to see our small forwards have a good game because I don't know if I touched on it before, but Filippo, Caminiti and Owens are now getting the attention. They're getting the attention they deserve because they're such a threat to teams. They weren't in the first 2 rounds. Now they're getting the attention, but it means blokes like Butler and Higgins and Gresham, they start
up.
to get your 4th tier defenders
Yeah.
that they can take advantage of, and they took full advantage of it. So
Yeah.
that was really special.
It's just good to have variety, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
1 week it's going to be those boys standing up. 1 week it could be all of them
Yeah.
causing problems.
Yeah.
It was so
Oh, when it all
unpredictable.
comes together,
Yeah.
and I've got a little butterfly in my stomach of when it's all going to come together because Port Adelaide are really struggling.
Oh,
They
yeah.
are really
You're
struggling
calling it now.
defensively.
Don't- Mate, Don't even call it.
Nah, I just want to say we're least points conceded there most. And defensively they are struggling. So
They're also a team that always seems to beat us.
yeah, but
So
I reckon we'll
Essendon.
have their number this
True.
year. So Essendon,
True.
yeah. But yeah, I feel almost complete after that game. Like, I guess for the next 7 days until we come up against Gold Coast. But yeah, it's just a happy week. It was a happy weekend. We got to celebrate 150 years of football at St Kilda.
Tony Lockett was there.
That was huge, wasn't
Joey
it?
and Dal getting into the Hall of
Yeah,
Fame.
congratulations.
Congratulations to
Yeah,
those two.
That's huge.
Very
Yeah.
well deserved.
I would have liked a Royal Rumble style, similar to what Essendon did, where the players just like, they just
through the
trickle out.
smoke, yeah.
Through the smoke. I wouldn't
Yeah,
have
let's have a... Is there a Jakey's junk mail about the pre-game entertainment?
There'll be some. There should be.
There
Yeah.
should be. Okay,
Yeah.
so
We can cover it then.
maybe we'll get
Yeah.
stuck into a
Yeah.
bit of Jakey's junk mail now. What do you reckon, boys?
Yeah, sounds
I'm
pretty
keen.
good to me.
Absolutely.
Jakey's junk mail. Jakey's junk mail. Jakey's junk mail. Jakey's junk mail.
Kick back, boys. It's time for some Jakey's junk mail.
It's getting a bit relaxed there.
Put the full
Very-
man spread on you.
Well,
Take it away, Jake.
You're not getting chafe in those bike shorts, are you?
No, well, actually got the skins on.
The skins.
They were precautionary because we went for a kick before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't pull a
We were going to
hammy.
do a goal kicking contest, but Marshy had
Yeah, had better things to do.
Yeah,
a poopy baby.
They're definitely not better things to do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Shall we?
We shall.
This one's from Josh. As mentioned before, talking about pre-game. Surely I wasn't the only one tearing up in the pre-game. The club did such a fantastic job of celebrating us, the legends, the past and into the future. Felt like the G belonged to us for once. What a special night.
That was great. I thought that how many people we got out on the field was the perfect way to do it. I think that's, we've only seen Essendon do it so far, I think.
Yeah.
Last year, and they had it really like that really cool sort of WrestleMania thing you were saying
Yeah.
before, getting everyone out through the smoke, through the interchange. But that was really only paying homage to 10
handful,
players at
yeah.
most.
Fair enough, yeah.
Whereas we had everyone out there. We had all of our legends. We had blokes in wheelchairs being wheeled out, in terms of like the older ones. And then we had our wheelchair football team.
Yeah.
We had our girls out there. We had the blind football team. We had almost everyone representing St Kilda colours come out onto that field, and it was just such a special moment. So congratulations to St Kilda Football Club.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. The fireworks as well.
Yeah,
That was a
fireworks is nice.
That was
epic.
magical. Yeah. But the only qualm I have with it is that it just wasn't loud enough.
Yeah.
Was not loud enough. MCG, that is your fault. That is not St Kilda's fault. They've done everything that they can pre-game to
Just pump up the volume. How hard
pump
is
up
it?
the volume. What really... This grinded my gears. This is my minute.
Yep, go.
We're trying to listen to all the singers and everything like that. Dan Sultan, Ella Hooper, everyone that was out there, trying to listen to them. Can barely hear them, can barely hear the names that are being called out.
Yeah.
And then the siren goes and we're almost deafened.
100%.
What?
The siren should not be louder than musicians.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Let us hear what we want to hear. We don't want to hear...
Yeah, Jess was like, I can't believe how loud. What is that noise? She had no idea.
Yeah.
It took us by
like a
surprise. So.
Air raid siren.
Yeah.
I thought it was done really well. I would have liked to have started a bit earlier because I felt
Yeah.
like by the end of it, it was kind of rushed. And to get to your seats at 6:30, that was, that's fine. But,
Yeah. I actually don't... I disagree. I reckon if it started any earlier, it would have left too big of a gap before the game.
well, you've got Alex Leahy there, you got Dan Sultan,
Yeah.
you got Ella Hooper. Like, they can play more than one
Yeah,
1
I
minute
was-
song.
yeah.
I was
I was
expecting
really
a bit
surprised.
of a concert.
I was surprised, yeah, because Ella Hooper, my mate, is cousins with her.
Yeah.
So we're like big fans of Killing Heidi and
I
their
love
music.
Killing Heidi.
And she was more like a backing vocalist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas she's got an amazing
Yeah.
voice. I thought maybe, everyone would get their moment.
Yeah.
But she was just kind of
Give us a concert.
on the
Yeah.
side, just singing along to what everyone else was singing. I thought, no.
Yeah, got to
Could've
say,
been-
the way that they transitioned into the marching band, though, was brilliant. I really liked it. As much as we give the marching band a bit of grief
But
on
was
this
it the
show.
was it the marching band or was it just someone with a trumpet? I think there was only one fellow with it.
Yeah, but there was percussion there and everything as well. That was done really well. I thought the transition into it was really, really good. So everything was set up so well except for the decibel level. It was just too quiet. Didn't get me pumped up at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good birthday party.
Yeah.
All right. The next one is our poem for the week.
Poem.
Yep. All the way from, I think, Norway.
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe. So we got one last week, and we've got one this week. You ready for it?
Let's do it.
I'll just get it close to the mic.
G'day boys, it's Tim in Norway with this week's poem. A great win created, 150 years in the making. 10 out of 10 rated for the mark Silky, Wilkie and Wood should be taking. Steeled while steel out, no doubt Sink stood up again. So conservatively, I rate that game a 150 out of 10.
How bloody good was that?
That's sick.
He's not going to top that, is he?
Conservatively rate this game.
retire, mate.
150 out of 10.
Oh,
Every
Jimmy.
week. Yeah, every week we're getting this. It's so good.
That's spectacular.
That Saints footy.
That is Saints footy. Yeah.
Love it.
How good
Saints
was that?
poetry. Poetry in motion.
Jeez, that'd be a lonely place in Norway being a Sainter though. Times
I'll tell
like
you
these,
what.
I
That's why
would
we're
have
here.
thought.
I reckon
Yeah.
he's struggling for hymns. I reckon he's got a knack for.
Yeah, well,
some-
send some in. Yeah,
Absolutely.
love them.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for
That
that.
was so good.
That was good.
This one's from Emmett. So, as we all know, we are 3-0. As much as I loved Ratton's presence and how he was a father figure, there comes a time and a point where it just needs to stop and you've got to be the angry uncle. With this being said, it is very clear that Ratton was the problem. We had the talent and the list just without the coach to use it. What are your thoughts? I'll straight away say that's not what we believe here.
Correct.
He wasn't the problem.
Ratton was the solution. Ratton was the next step in evolution. Now I'm rhyming. I've got the poetry going. Ratton was the warm hug that we needed during that lockdown year.
Correct. The time.
Yeah.
We just needed him for that period of time.
Yeah, and we did him dirty. Like, as a club, we'll all admit it and we all feel bad about it. We did him dirty. Like, we got him to re-sign that contract and then 90 days later said, oh, sorry, mate, nah.
But we did it like from a nice place because I think Bassett has spoken about it a few times where he's just like, all right, if we just waited until the end of the year and the speculation week on week. So they did it kind of nice for him. Like,
Yeah, I think it was still...
like it's tough, but I think Ross, Ratton definitely was the father figure, but Ross is the daddy figure.
Yeah.
And
And not only that, but Ratton started to bring talent back into the club. Talent by foot.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted to look out for and go and grab through the drafts, and he did that. And now we're seeing players like Ryan Burns that he picked up that are doing exceptionally well. So
Yeah, exactly.
even Mason Wood,
Mason Wood. Yep.
even better.
Mason was good last year.
Yeah, he was good. He was building last year.
So-
Yeah, he had his games last year. The end of his year was fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's another Brett Ratton pickup. He was averaging 13.7 disposals in 2021, and now he's averaging 1.3 goals and 24 disposals or something like.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So yeah.
This one's from Bill. Fun question for the show. In light of all of the legends shown for the 150th game, which past St Kilda player would you love to see play with this team and make them even better?
Past player, come back.
To make us better.
Yeah. Automatically you go Rui, but Lockett. How can you say no to a peak Lockett, a 1987 Brownlow Lockett?
Yeah, I guess Lockett.
Yeah,
Give
it's
us
hard to
Lockett.
argue that, isn't it? You just stick him
He's
in
the
the
best
square.
that there's ever been.
Take Lockett out because that's cheating, kind of.
Yeah, true.
He's the GOAT.
Okay, so
No Lockett.
we're trying to level the playing field. We're not
level the
going
playing
God
field.
tier.
Yeah.
Make us better.
Make us better.
Wow, this is tough.
I mean,
It's got to be Rui, doesn't it? Like just that big key forward.
Yeah.
Runs
we've
all
got
over the
Kingy
place.
anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, we got.
Oh,
we
give
do-
us
trying to think in the
Winmar. Give us
middle.
Winmar.
Oh, Nicky Winmar would be pretty magical, wouldn't he? Yeah, on the
Yeah.
wing.
I'm trying to think backman like a Hudson or something would be nice, but
Our defence is
back-
doing so well
yeah.
already. Wilkie's taking that role.
midfield.
Banger.
Lenny.
Lenny Banger. Yeah.
There's a lot.
Oh, it'd be good.
Maybe halves.
I was going to say
yeah,
halves. would be
yeah,
good.
I'm going halves. I'll go halves too.
all right.
Yeah.
Robert
Put him in
Hardy.
the middle or on the wing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's from Lucas. Things I've noticed so far. Each week we are getting louder and louder as fans at the ground, which is amazing. Also got to love the Saints fans are coming rather than... also got to love the Saints are coming rather than the marching band is the song.
Yep.
The U2 song. The boys
Our
are
man
singing...
Brycey.
Yep. The boys are singing the song much louder each week in the rooms. And Wanganeen's new nickname, Messiah the Messiah. Nah, we don't have a Messiah at St Kilda.
Well, if he signs, he's the Messiah.
And Mason Wood's putting on the pressure, that's for sure.
How good was that?
On Instagram.
So
what did he do?
so for those playing
He
at home,
commented.
yeah. So and I think there's a directive from the club to go to the players because the blokes aren't the best on the socials in
Yeah.
terms of Saints footy stuff, and I think there's been a bit of a push from inside to get a little bit more active about the birthday party and.
Yeah.
All the players are getting amongst it. It's nice. Brad Crouch, actually, his is probably the best. He
Yeah,
said some
that
really
was
nice
really nice.
words.
Yeah.
And he put up a post and then Wood commented saying, "Any danger of you signing on yet?" And with the little,
Oh, yes,
Good
good
mate.
man. That's what everyone
That's
is.
3 votes for that.
100%. 100%.
Because we want him there. Everyone wants him there. They love him.
Yeah.
Surely he wants to be there.
Yeah.
How's he not loving his football?
Yeah. There is a silver lining around that boy.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, 100%.
This one's from Jack. He's wanting a recap of the game from none other than Dave.
Brucey.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hughesy. Oh, I was waiting for this.
Here we go.
Yes, he loses it.
Hughesy loses it. Oh, God, I was waiting for
Been
a
a great
Dave Hughes one
crack.
because it's always Brucey on
Brucey.
here, isn't it?
Yeah.
They want Hughesy to give a bit of a recap of the night.
Oh, okay.
He's going to pop a vein.
I am going to pop a vein. All right.
Jeez,
get ready.
I'm seeing history here. The
Yeah.
TikTok in the flesh. I'm
Yeah.
freaking out a little bit.
That's it. That's it.
His face.
Yeah, so Saints won 50th on the weekend. Yeah, it was fucking awesome. Yeah. Sorry, you're going to have to... I apologise, there will be profanity in here. Yeah, so they run out on the ground. We had Mason Wood. Hey, Mason Wood, isn't he good? Yeah. We came out, we absolutely showed him. And then I noticed people were leaving it halfway through the fourth quarter. I was like, geez, tough crowd. Tough crowd. Anyway, the Saints got the 4 points. That's all you really need to fucking know, isn't it? Hey, boys, knock.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I just love the face
It's the
change.
face, isn't it?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
it becomes
It's going to be profound and then bang into it. Oh, mate. Joycey, you got some skills, mate.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
mate. Yeah. Monica's asking thoughts on Gresham's inability to seek out teammates.
Oh. All right, can I do a Hughesy loses it for this?
Yeah, do it. Yeah, do it.
Go for it.
Jade Gresham. Yeah, so notice this year that you're a bit more goal hungry than you are team hungry, mate. So you're going to have to fix that up pretty good. Otherwise, you're going to have Dave Hughes on your doorstep. And I'll give you a number.
He's sweating bullets.
Won't be number 4. Be a roundhouse chop.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that Gresh still in my bad books. He's still a naughty boy.
Second half was better.
But it's always after the fact. Why can't he come out and seek teammates from the get-go? Why can't he do what Higgins and Butler do? What is it?
I reckon internally he's got a bit of license.
I think so too.
I reckon he's got
think he
license
can float.
because he's the Higgins and Butler. We saw that they were excellent. I wouldn't say they were game changers. They were just the end result of good team play. Whereas I think Gresham, what he offers is just sort of
It's just
out of
different.
nowhere.
It's just different.
It's just different, and I think that if we were to pigeonhole him too much, then he starts maybe second guessing it. But I think he's within his rights to have a balance of team hungry and just going for the goals because,
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
It's just been revoked.
It's been
doesn't work.
revoked.
It's been revoked every single time. Can you tell me one time this year where he's done the selfish thing and gone for goal and it's landed?
No.
Yeah, but he's had a lot of opportunities.
He's had a lot of opportunities, but he's also in every single one of those opportunities. I can tell you right now, he's had the option to hand pass it to someone free, and he's had the option to kick it to the corridor to someone free. Every single time he gets goal hungry, and I know he might have the license at the club.
Yeah.
But you've got to take it off him now. You've got to say, okay, you've got to work your way up to those things.
I think if we're talking about license, he was on his full license, but I reckon in the next couple of weeks he's probably back to his
Peas. He's on the golden point.
He's dropped back a little bit.
He's doing the Pepsi challenge.
He's doing the Pepsi challenge.
Okay.
Yeah. So
fair enough.
yeah,
It's a big
it
game
just hasn't
coming up.
worked, and unfortunately, all of those times they result in turnovers, and it has to be the hard work of the boys up the field to get the ball back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't look good.
No.
I don't like it.
It doesn't. But there's going to be a game where he
He'll keep
he
There is
wins
gonna-
it for us.
There is going to be a game, and it's not going to be against a great team. And hopefully that will build confidence for him. And hopefully it'll come this week against Gold Coast.
He plays well against them.
He loves
does.
playing Gold Coast. He does. So I am a big fan of the Gresh.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of his ability, and I've loved his work in the midfield. I think he's very creative in the midfield, but up forward, just a bit too hungry at the moment for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all right.
Fair enough.
We'll get there. Kieran has got a fun fact for us. Every team since 2013 to start the season 4 and zip has made the 8.
Maybe 8, correct.
Beautiful.
So big opportunity this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Ben is saying, how good were Wilkie and Seb Ross at absorbing tackles without getting pinged?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah, we're great
Well,
at
the
holding on
whole
to the ball
team's very good at taking the heat.
now. Yep. Yeah. If the ball is pinned to your chest whilst you're getting tackled, the umpire will not ping you for holding the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
it's just wrapped into the tackle.
Yeah. And it's protection. The ball is protection. If you land on the ground, you're landing on the ball. If you get tackled from the front, you've got the ball between you. It's a good padding.
Yeah.
So it's a great technique.
And last one from Big Brew.
Big brew.
This leads us very nicely into the next segment.
Mm-hmm.
Suns are red hot after beating Geelong. How do we dismantle them?
Great question. I think we've got to just stick to our guns and do the processes that we've been doing every week, and we've dismantled, 3 pretty good teams so far.
Match them in the middle,
Yeah.
and I reckon we're all right.
Yep. Yep. We've got to apply that pressure because they've got midfielders that are playing well now again, like Matt Rowell. He's really come back into it, and he's a bull.
The Took.
The Tuk Miller is one of my favourite players.
Anderson, is he playing?
Anderson's playing. He's doing really good things as well.
Lukosius is hitting form. Ben
Yeah.
King is back.
Yeah, but
Danger.
Geelong
they got
applied
a
no
big
pressure.
big forward line.
And they
Yeah.
got some good back. They got, is it Bollard?
Ballard.
Ballard,
Charlie Ballard.
sorry.
They've got
He's good.
Sammy Collins.
Collins is good.
Yeah.
But we know our forwards are going to just stick to their guns as well and create a contest. And
Yeah.
Yeah. And Geelong is
all we
shit,
need.
let's be honest. So
They're done. They're cooked.
I'm not going to go there. I mean, I kind of went there.
turn it up. Mr. Head Wobble over here. He's
Yeah,
just going
seriously.
straight. Mr. Sunrise goes straight for the
Thanks
jugular.
for having me, guys.
Geelong is shit.
Brett, how's it going, mate?
But nah. Like, I don't know. I reckon I'm not worried about Gold Coast. And I was shitting myself coming up against Essendon just because of the
Same.
big occasion.
Yeah.
I was
And-
so nervous before that game, but I feel like I dropped, 10 Ks after
And
it.
you just think about the confidence that some of these boys will get knowing that we were challenged in that third term.
Yeah.
And then we kicked away late. We were challenged at the start of the fourth. Mm-hmm. We kicked away again.
Yeah.
We've responded to every challenge.
Yeah.
And some people were still telling me during the week, not during the week, but like over the last couple of days that, we've dropped form because we let Essendon back into the game. But it's really about how you respond.
Yeah.
So the boys
did,
are going to believe.
Yeah, we did get sucked into their slow game.
We did. But
and
we came out of it.
we came out of it. Yeah, we came out of it at a really good time. But we can come out of it earlier. We know now that we've got the ability to run and carry the ball and play that attacking style despite teams trying to spread and slow us down. So to come out of it and kick 4 goals on the trot or whatever we did, 5 goals. Yeah, that was amazing. So
Yeah.
I think that Gold Coast might try and do that again this week. It could be a very soft, fast running game.
I'll take that.
But if we apply the physical pressure, I think that we'll get over them quite easily.
The Ben Long Cup.
It's the long cup.
The Long Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one because they've always put up a challenge for us. We don't beat them easily anymore.
Nah.
Last year we didn't. The previous 4 or 5 times before that
It's
was under a
always
goal.
such an arm wrestle.
Yeah.
It's always a last minute win. It's always a
single
struggle.
unit.
Yeah, so
know,
it'd be
win.
nice to play them and just similar scoreline to what we're saying. 15
Yeah.
goals, 15 goals to 10.
I was going to
Yeah,
say,
I'll take that.
This has been so relaxing the last 2 weeks where it's 5 minutes to go and you're like, yeah, we've won.
Yeah.
It is
that's-
nice.
yeah.
It is nice. It's not a
so-
last
there's no
minute.
coming back.
How
Yeah.
long left? Have we got 2 minutes? Like,
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't mind though. Like I'd love to come away with the win, but I'd also love to be tested again. And I'd love to be. We found out last game against Essendon that we got tested, and it's usually where your younger blokes crumble in that last quarter when they get tested, and then you get run over. We've got character. We've
Yeah.
got blokes that never say die and never say never. So.
How good is it seeing Sandy on the weekends?
That too.
Oh, Sandringham.
That too.
Yeah, tell us a bit about that.
every Saints player played well. Like,
Yeah.
And
How'd Sharman go? I didn't see his stats.
pretty good.
good?
He had about 15 touches or something,
He's- 'cause
and
he's
he's playing on
playing
the
in the back.
wing.
Oh,
He was on the wing, so whether that was
Because of Wood.
but did I read before that Wood might be a chance? So
Yeah,
what injury
so-
has he got?
So, well, it was a shoulder,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they've
that shoulder.
talked up that he could play on the weekend, which is unreal.
That's what I'm saying. So what's the go?
I didn't read the article. I just got happy. I was happy at the headline that he could play.
Yeah, I don't know the synopsis of the scan or anything like that.
Because we were already jumping the gun and saying, Filippo, put him on the wing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Give him a
that's
run.
it. That was
Get-
gonna be
get
my
ball.
fix, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
got the height, the endurance. We know he's just run 16 Ks.
yeah.
He's a chance.
Yeah.
But if Wood's running out, I say that's game over.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Man, he's
Losing-
where is Wood? Just quickly on, if we're at the Brownlow medals on tomorrow,
He's probably in the top 3.
top 3.
I think he's polled at least 2 votes in every game.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
Definitely
reckon
a 3.
He's polled in every
And I
game.
reckon he's got 2s in the others.
Yeah. Fair
Yeah.
call.
So he's right up there. So
Fine.
good on him.
And-
And you had Bytel. He sort
He
of
had
got the
35,
35
2
and
goals.
was wearing a heavy tag.
Heavy tag.
Max Heath, although we don't expect him to come into the side anytime soon,
5.
5 goals,
5 goals, Max,
22 hitouts, and
It's just
Tom Campbell continuing to dominate in the VFL, so we know he's there if required.
Harris as well, 3 goals.
Yeah,
Was really
yeah,
good
yeah.
as a pressure forward. So
So he's Ross loves him by the sounds of it, and we had a when we went down to the practice game, we got a bit of inside scoops to Jack Paris's position in the team and relationship with the coaches, and that all sounds really good. And ultimately, what I'm trying to say is that the system seems to be filtering down. It's one game, but and we had no players last week against Southport, so yeah, the boys seem to be up and about.
yeah, it's
Try
good
and get
times
the
at the
stats
moment.
up here.
Really good times.
So yeah, ended up winning by 37, 126 to 89.
Yeah, that's right.
Lineups, player stats. Here we go. Alrighty. Yeah, goals. Maxi Heath, 5 goals, 1 behind. Jordan Seeger, 3 goals. Jack Paris kicked 3 goals.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
Jack
wasn't listening
Vitale.
to us, was he?
No, we've gone through this.
Yeah. I wasn't listening. Nah.
Yeah.
Jack Vitale kicked a couple.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, already gone through that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jack
yeah.
Vitale, best on ground. Sorry, I was too busy trying to find all this.
Yeah.
But
But there's just pressure for spots. So the
Yeah.
next man up mantra, Ross the Boss footy,
Yeah, it's working.
it's working.
That's what we want.
jeez, Tom Campbell, 37 hit. That's huge.
Who's the biggest threat on the Gold Coast side that we need to stop? Is it Wits? Do we need to make sure that Rowe has another? Does he need to have another big
Rowe will
game?
do his job.
Yeah.
Rowe will do his job, and if not a better job, he'll do the same amount of damage as Wits.
Yeah, so he breaks even.
Yeah, he'll break even. Geez, who's the big danger?
Is it
I'd just
King?
say they're midfield. I'd say that Took Miller and Matty Rowell are in hot form, and they're the
Anderson, they got a lot of
Yeah.
quality in that team.
they
so
do, yeah. But it's just that explosiveness from Rowell and Took Miller. that we're going to come up against.
And it's our start. We need to start like we have been.
Yes,
Really come out of the
yeah.
blocks.
Set the tone.
Make them really
Get
uncomfortable.
the crowd up.
Yeah.
Put them down. They start tiring. Just give up. We want to make teams give up.
Yeah, and there's so many possibilities for the match, but they could definitely turn it into a scrap. And I'd hate to see that. I'd hate to see it be a low-scoring scrap.
Yeah.
I just can't see us getting into that. Like, we've got the scrap in us, which is really good.
Yeah.
But I just feel like our outside game, our hands
got
at the
the result.
moment
Yeah.
are so bloody quick.
Yeah.
Are so clean.
Yeah.
I just feel like we'll get into the scrap, but eventually we'll be able to open the game up and spread and get that running going.
Just back to Burnsy again. How good was he? Did it a couple of times where he just ran it out of the back line. He just took on a couple of blokes.
Yeah, he was
and you see like Sebastian doing it. Like quite a few of them are actually taking on the opposition,
Stocker?
breaking the
Yeah,
line.
Stocker.
Took that
Hill.
kick.
It's just so refreshing to see.
I was going to say, I reckon Hill's got a bit more in him than we saw on the weekend. And I was having a chat about this with Dad, and he was like, Hill's playing his best football when he's running through the ball, getting those 10 steps out, and then assessing, rather than getting the ball immediately and trying to assess straight away.
Spot on.
That's where he gets
that's a
caught
good
up.
pick-up.
Yeah, so he was like, if he runs hard through the ball and gets that 10 metres clear of anyone, that's where we see
when
the
he's-
real Brad Hill
that's
go.
danger
And
for-
we go, oh...
Because then he's really seeing what the best,
And he knows.
what the
Yeah.
possibilities are, and the equations are coming out in front of his face, and he's going, oh, bang, that's
Yeah.
going 60 there,
Yeah.
and we're laughing.
Yeah, yeah. So I'd love to see that from Hilly.
How good was Higgins' talk?
Yeah.
To-
Oh,
One
that's
step.
so good. What a
Oh.
highlight.
And then the
Wait.
Gresh bump and the hands. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful way to seal it.
Yeah,
That was so
that's
good.
so great. Yeah, it
Like-
was funny. I was sitting with one of my mates, and he's a massive Richmond supporter, and he loves Higo.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm actually going to be pretty upset if I don't see a Tory this game. If I don't see a big Red Rooster talk this
Yeah.
game. Oh, and by the way, the bloke that kicked it at quarter
It was
time.
massive.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
massive. It was
Yeah.
about a 55, 60 metre top. Like, he got onto it. Got onto it well and truly. So, congrats to him. But, and then he saw Jack Higgins in the last quarter in that last play just whip out that
Party
massive
time.
talk. And, yeah, that was his moment. we're all cheering at that stage. So, boys.
What's the what are we going? What's the tips? You got a minute?
I got a minute.
All right.
Marshy's got a minute.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Marshy's minute. Marshy's minute. Marshy's minute. Marshy's minute.
Maybe it's just because we've had a lot of exposure lately of people singing the songs. There's a lot of knock-knocks going out. And I've only just noticed at the pub it went for like 30 times. It was so good. But it got me thinking, we never, ever, ever, ever hear the song sung where we finish with the crescendo. When the saints go marching in.
And it
Yeah.
just
You
holds.
never hear that.
Yeah, true.
So I would like to put out there that anyone this point henceforth chooses to go with a knock-knock, the responsibility is on them to finish off with a crescendo, because there's like a split second where the people around you can hear that you've changed it, so they've got enough time to pivot and finish with a crescendo, because otherwise you're just leaving yourself unsatisfied, unfulfilled, because it's never finished.
Yeah.
But that's the crescendo at the game. Like that's when
Huge.
you're up on your seat and you go on your beauty, or you're getting the trumpet, you're getting your marching band on. But when you're just stuck in limbo, you're in the chorus forever. But and I would like to see that
fourth
transcend to the players when they sing the song.
Oh, yeah.
Because the players, they still need to workshop that. I know that we had a junk mail before that the players are singing it loud. The players, to me, look caged. They looked really
do.
caged, because you get to halfway of the song and you see a few of them start salmoning. They want to get up and, really express themselves.
Yeah.
But it's sad to see, because they get drawn back in, because for some reason we've got a complex in Australian footy where people don't like to sing. The lads don't like to sing.
Disgusting.
It's disgusting. So we need to
And us
change
here at
that.
Saints TV,
We do
at
not
aisle
condone
29.
that.
We love to sing.
We love to sing.
Oh, we do, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're big singers here.
That's it. So I would like to, workshop that a little bit.
Should we try it now?
Well, it's just like, all right, so they singing their song.
Yeah.
And then when it gets to the halfway point, that's when the players break from the huddle. Like, start clapping and dancing around.
2020 style.
2020 style. And then finish off with a crescendo.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
And that would
vote
be
that.
spoken about as because one thing that scares me is the idea of our boys. I don't think they would do it, but you see it with some other clubs where they treat the song with disrespect, and they treat they've got their own little
They make
quirks.
fun of it.
They make fun of it. They sing it really quick, or they're basically being too cool for school.
West Coast Eagles.
Yeah,
What a wank. That Birds of Tokyo
It
bullshit
sucks. Yeah.
And then they get into the rooms and they go, we're the Eagles, we're the West Coast Eagles, and
Yeah.
we're here to show you why we're the big birds, big kings of the big cave, we're the Eagles, we're flying high. That is it.
that would disgust me.
That is disgusting.
Yeah.
That is deplorable.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So we want to be on the other end of the spectrum. to
Yeah,
that
we
shit.
want to be
Yeah.
pacemakers.
Yeah.
Good
one.
Maybe it's ever since the Virgin ad, where we've all gone the Saints. I reckon that's
We killed the
ruined
vibe.
out. Yeah, we killed the vibe. And people are too scared to come out of their shells. But fucking the lid is off the shell.
Yeah.
Come on,
Who's going to do it? Who needs to be the player to take it upon their shoulders?
Wilkie.
Yeah,
Needs to be
it's gotta
Wilkie.
it's gotta
Yeah,
be
I
Wilkie.
want a Wilkie crescendo.
And you know who would be dying for a crescendo?
Who?
Jackie Higgins.
Oh yes, here go.
He
Here go
goes
can
the
do
man.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He'd be dying for it.
I might even send him a letter,
Do him.
Do it, mate.
Do him in.
breaking it down.
Do it.
Yeah.
I'll give
Send
him
him
some
a text.
Yeah, I'll send him a
Send-
text.
send Daddy
I'll send him
Lasses a
some
text.
instructions. Like, it's pretty simple. I just want
So
to
at
see
this
it.
point,
At this point, yeah,
I've actually attached a video of how I do it.
yeah, 100%. I
Yeah.
would like, there you go. That's my extended minute.
Love it.
Thanks for that, mate.
Yeah. That's Saints footy. That's why we're here. Happy 150
We
years,
care
boys.
about every layer of the footy
Yeah,
club.
Wait,
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Top to tail.
That's it.
Doesn't matter if you're Max King or Janet from marketing. We love
you.
love
We're
it.
here for you. Alrighty, boys. 150 years.
Yeah.
And to take us out, the most iconic joke there is. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Owen.
Oh, and who?